Alright, today we're going to take a look at drawing water with just some calm waves. I'm going to be using charcoal here. What I'm going to be doing here is starting off with some vine charcoal, and it's a pretty soft charcoal. And the key to making waves like this, kind of a calm little lake or ocean, is contrast for one thing, and then having the waves get smaller, or the marks that you make get smaller as they get away from the viewer, and the marks that you make get larger as they come towards the viewer. So you can see that in the foreground I've got some longer strokes, and in the background I've got some shorter strokes. So I just started off making the foreground darker, the background a little bit lighter, and now I'm using a blending stomp to just kind of smooth out the marks that I made. Water can be very choppy, of course, but in this case we're kind of making it have a little smooth appearance. So I'm going to use the blending stomp here and there to smooth out the marks that I made. So already you can see where the light is reflecting off of the water. As we get further away from the viewer, there's more white and less dark spaces. Okay, now what I'm doing is I'm taking a compressed charcoal pencil, and I'm going to go in and make some of the areas a little bit darker behind these waves. So basically you're going to be building up your values. You're going to have super dark, then you're going to have a few midtones, and then you're going to have some really light areas that are going to be the reflection. And by doing this, you're going to create the illusion that there's actually waves there just by making these marks. And you'll see these waves kind of develop as we go. You can probably already start to see them a little bit. Now I'm going to go back in with the pencil in the far background and make more marks so that it looks like the waves are further away. You know, objects that are further away get smaller, obviously. So the same thing is true with waves, and I'll smooth those out with just a little bit of the blending stomp. Now what I'm using here is a white charcoal pencil. Usually when I use white and black charcoal on the same surface, I start with gray paper. In this case, I start with white paper. It's going to be okay though, as long as I cover up all the white areas with the white charcoal. You can see that the white charcoal has a little different tonality than the color of the paper, so it's very important that I cover up all the white spots with the white charcoal. So as I'm adding the white charcoal, I'm going to just accentuate these highlighted areas on the waves. And in the process, I'm going to let some of the charcoal that I've already put down mix with the white charcoal, kind of create some grays. These grays are going to enhance our range of value just a little bit further and give a little bit of a depth to the water. We want to make sure we do this all the way back. It's also going to clean up some of the rough edges that we have around some of the waves, because again, we want it to be kind of smooth looking. This would be a calm lake or ocean. If you want it to look choppy, of course the lines would be a little bit more severe. They'd be more diagonal. Here they're just horizontal. It's very important. Notice all the lines that I'm making are horizontal in nature. I'm not making vertical marks out there. If I make vertical marks, it's not gonna look like water. So real quickly, I'm gonna glaze over some of the background areas with the white. Let some of those colors mix. All right, now I'm going to go back and increase the contrast a little bit more in the background with the dark charcoal pencil. Smaller marks. And you know, drawing's all about creating an illusion. So we're creating an illusion here. We're not actually drawing water, obviously. We're creating the illusion of water. And to create that illusion, it's all about contrast. And it's all about building that value. So we're going to increase the contrast just a little bit more here in the foreground. And now our water is starting to look a little bit more realistic. And we can keep building this up as far as we want to take it. Okay, you can make it really detailed if you want. This is just a quick sketch to give you an idea. Once you have this concept down, then you can start making water like crazy. So drawing water really isn't hard. Of course, I suggest you have something to look at, either actual water or a photograph. That's pretty much the concept. Range of value, strong contrast, create the illusion of waves. Been another video tutorial brought to you by the Virtual Instructor.